Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. When there's a new bully, I'm host Leroy, aka Felix Flamethrower, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Baby Yoda Nuts.
There you go. And we're back with another episode. And Eli, like I said, this week was a little bit easier. Like I said, still recovering from COVID. Well, I'm over COVID now. But when I was trying to get out in the sun, because obviously, I need that, when
You
I
got
was
sun
walking.
down there?
We do. It's actually like pretty good down here. Now, if you go further down, like the Atlanta, East Coast, yeah, it's snowing down there. But here, oh yeah, people walking around in shorts and stuff, flip flops. Yeah, we're good. So walked outside, hit a tree limb, whatever like that, poked me in my eye. So my birthday was yesterday. People
Oh yeah, happy birthday! Did you go to the
happy
titty bar?
birthday. Not in Jackson? No, not anymore. I don't want to get caught in the parking lot and go, oh, he's got money. I saw him make it rain. Nope, not gonna be me. So I didn't do anything because I got poked in the eye, swole up, bloodshot and stuff like that. So I just stayed inside, maybe like drunk a beer, and I was good, and that was it. But yeah, just having like the worst luck, man. It's just like, I don't know, what do you call it? Murphy's Law? It was called Murphy's Law, I think they call it in school. But anyway, let's get right to this podcast because we got a bunch of stuff, so we're gonna just jump into it. First thing we want to say that this podcast is not sponsored by, I don't even know what this is. Little Caesars, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. It's
yeah.
Batman pizza.
Yeah. What are we looking at, Eli? I don't know what this is.
It's supposed to be a Batman or a bat symbol pizza. Hey, okay. Jake, what's up?
What's going on, Jake? Is that what it is? I don't know.
It's supposed to be a Batman shaped pizza or bat symbol pizza.
Okay, I guess so. People aren't pissed off because people get pissed off about everything, but nobody's pissed off about this.
It's fucking pizza. Who's pissed off at pizza?
I'm just saying, if people get pissed off at everything, you heard about the green M&M thing, right?
I heard something. Yeah.
Yeah. Something. I'm gonna just talk about that briefly. Basically, the green M&M. They did a redesign. She had like the kinky boots on, and the extra lipstick. So they redesigned to make her more unisex. So she has sneakers now. Who complained about that? I don't know. That's the world we live in. It's a stupid world. So, yeah. Honestly, I don't even know why people are getting pissed off about it. If they want to redesign it, let them redesign it. If it's kinky, not kinky, whatever. Let them do whatever they want to. But at the same time, people getting so upset about everything nowadays. It's only a matter of time before they take the veins out of a Snicker bar. Because
so they made it less sex. So was it sexy to begin with?
I guess so. People were jerking into the green M&Ms or stuff. I don't know what the hell they were doing. But yeah, they made it less sexy. Yeah, it's M&Ms, man.
Like, yeah, well, you can still jerk it to the old pictures. You know what I mean?
I mean, you got to work harder though. You got to use more of your imagination.
I mean, yeah, I still rub it to Christy Canyon from the '80s. I mean, she's.
But is she wearing a green M&M outfit, or? I mean,
I'm just saying that you can go back to that. That picture still exists.
I get, but I mean, maybe they'll delete it. It's the internet. You can delete anything and to pretend like it doesn't exist. Like what's that mouse graphic novel?
Just go back, watch this podcast, screenshot that shit, and there you go. Fap away.
Make sure our faces aren't in there. I mean, you do whatever you want to do, but I don't want to be a part of that. And you and your green M&M fetish,
I mean, pay me if you can to me, but you got to, I want something out of it,
Oh man!
No nah without the dollar. No.
We love our listeners, but if you do that, you want some weird shit. Just saying.
You gotta pay for this. You gotta pay for this good thing.
And Comic Book Bullies OnlyFans just got started. All right, but let's jump into it. Like I said, people want to jump into it. They want to see because Eli, I got it. It's on the name of this episode. People want to hear about Boba Fett. They want to hear about Boba Fett. So I want to hear what you got to say about it. Yeah. So we're just going to go into it. I know you got notes. I know you got a PowerPoint presentation.
I don't have notes.
No notes, no PowerPoint. You're just going to freestyle
it? It's too bad. You should have heard me and Anthony. We talked at long lengths the other night about the episode. It was almost like a Geek Savs episode, only we didn't record it.
Okay. Well, was the volume at level or were y'all shouting again? And
we were pretty much discussing, theorizing. We're both hardcore fans of the shit, and we were, just discussing it. And it's like pretty much what I've been saying. I mean, like I dig the show. I just wish it was paced better. The plot, the story was told at a better pace. That's my thing. Yeah, you know, and I've been saying that from the, you know, when the first couple episodes, okay, cool, you know, I was really into it, but now we got episode 5, 2 episodes left, and we're still waiting for shit to happen. I'm, you know, okay, and then of course, this last episode wasn't even a Boba Fett episode. It was like, you know, it was a whole straight up Mando episode. So,
Right.
and it was cool. I loved it. It was dope. But that was a Mandalorian episode. You know, I think like they wasted a Boba. They could have, you know, they wasted an episode telling another story about another character while not
Setting up
developing.
his whole thing. Yeah. I mean, because think about it, if we go through this whole Boba Fett thing, if you take out that Mando episode, what are you missing? Because we already knew he was going to get Mando at the end of the last episode when we heard the music coming. So we already knew he was going to be in it.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it's just like it's more plot wise. It's how the story's being told and how it's unfolded. I feel like they're focusing on things, you know, that don't really matter, that don't have any payoff. You know, for I don't know. It's like there's fan service, but then also, and I don't mind fan service, but also like give me a cool story. You know, that's my main thing. You know, from a storytelling standpoint, the drama, the pacing, I feel it's a little lackluster. You know, being such a fan of the show, or being a fan of this character, you know, since I was a kid. Which apparently these days, if you like something since you were a kid, that's a character flaw. But no, you know, I just wish, you know, I want, you know, I want that world to be fleshed out. I want to know about these newer characters, you know, like the reason why you know, we got to see this Mando episode and how great it is because we've had 2 seasons of Mando. You know what I'm saying? We know those characters, we know that world, and that one episode expanded that mythology way more. That episode moved the Mandalorian show forward in like
Right. Yeah. More stuff happened in that one episode.
Yeah, of that show and those characters than 5 episodes of this show.
Right.
You know, it's almost like they don't give a shit about Boba Fett. You know, nobody does. You know, except the few who do and are.
I mean, it's funny you say that because I forgot it was a Boba Fett episode. Like I was watching it, completely forgot until Fennec showed up at the end. I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Yeah. And then that crappy theme song at the end because it's not like cool like the Mandalorian theme song. So like, oh yeah, this is the Boba Fett show. I forgot. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you saw, you know, when I was watching it, when you saw him, you know, the silhouette of the Mando armor, and I was like, okay, here we go, Fett. Fett's gonna whoop us. Oh, it's Mando.
Okay. I knew immediately when Mando came in. There was even the silhouette. I knew it was Mando.
Yeah.
Main thing because you can tell it was a guy not in his 60s walking. So I was like, okay, yeah, whoever this is badass because you can tell Boba Fett is getting up in their age.
That's the thing. I mean, Mando is acting the way Boba Fett used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Boba Fett used to be the silent, doesn't say much shit. He never said much shit and just kind of kicked ass, you know. And that's kind of how he was for, you know, all these decades. And then the Mandalorian kind of just took over that role. And I get it. They're trying, okay, the Mandalorian's the new guy and he's the badass, and they're trying to establish this new, you know.
But Eli, isn't that what you're saying? Right.
You know,
but I'm saying, isn't that what
what?
Right, but I'm saying, isn't that what you were expecting? What you always complaining about Star Wars to do? Stop using nostalgia. Stop using old characters. Move on to new characters. Isn't Boba Fett an old character? Isn't Mandalorian a new character? And they're focusing more on the new character than the old character. I mean, that's what you've been wanting Star Wars to do.
Yeah. But this is the Boba Fett show. I mean, I love the Mandalorian. Yeah. It is all doing all that shit. But now we got the Boba Fett, and let's do that with Boba Fett now. And they are, you know, he's, you know, having an epiphany in his life. He's, you know, we're seeing more. They're expanding on his character in ways we've never seen, and I'm all cool with that. It's just the way the story is being told. Like, I have no problem with the story. It's just the way it's being told. You know, I mean, they're just like focusing on shit. You know, like, did we really need to see Fennec being repaired? Not really. You know, we already knew that from the Mando. You know, what up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Thailand. Is that Bane? That's Bane.
Is it
Bane
Bane?
Merc him.
All
I
right.
don't know, I'm just
Cool.
making it. Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
But they're just focusing on shit like like Boba Fett chasing the little robot like it's Tom and Jerry. You know what I mean? Like, let's see these other characters. Let's see those street kids. Let on the mopeds. Let's see
Do
them.
we
Like,
really want to see the Street Kids?
yeah, let's see them. They work for them now. Let's have an episode of them going around Mos Espa, shutting down and open up shop, smacking motherfuckers up. Hey, this is Fett's town now, motherfuckers.
I get what you're saying.
You
I'd
either
rather
get down
see
or lay down.
I'd
And
rather
if you
see
lay
the
down,
Mandalorian.
you stay down.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'd rather see the Mandalorian do this stuff than watching the kids do this stuff. Just me personally,
Yeah, but that's that's the Mandalorian. I mean, that the Mandalorian has a show. We've had 2 seasons of that. We haven't built up the Boba Fett lore yet. They just keep throwing seeds up, and there really no payoff. Like the whole Black Cranston thing,
Yeah.
like that random, don't get me wrong, it was cool seeing him beat the shit out of Trandoshans, in the bar. That was cool.
I
And
got
I
it.
know
But it
why.
almost just felt like a number one issue of a spin-off character. Like, oh, check it
Yeah.
out. You look at this character.
Yeah, and I know why he's got beef with Trandoshans. Trandoshans hunt Wookiees. I know that because
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't really care. I just thought he was just drunk and just wanted to just beat the shit out of somebody. So it worked for me,
Yeah, but I know, I like this shit. I know that Trandoshans hunt Wookiees and they got beef with each other, and that was cool. It was fun, and I kind of laughed. But there was really no point to it other than, hey, you want to work for me? When they already had him 2 episodes earlier.
But you got to show some badassery of them. If they just get him in there, they didn't do anything.
And they could have did that. They already had, they had Black Krrsantan captured. They had him prisoner, and all Boba Fett has to, hey, man, I should feed you to my Wookiee. You tried to fucking kill me in my sleep, but out of respect from our past working relationship, I got a job offer, an offer you can't refuse. The Trandoshans, they owe me some money. Why don't you go collect? You get to keep 10%.
And then go show him beating ass, and then
Black Krrsantan said, oh yeah, Trandoshans, I can't stand them. They hunt Wookiees. Fuck yeah, I'll go get your money for them. And then he goes there, rips off their arms. Yeah, I got a message from Boba Fett. Fuck you, pay me. It's just a better way that this story can be told. And it's nothing new. It's, it's King of New York. It's Scarface.
But you're still enjoying the show.
I am still enjoying the show.
Cool. That's the main thing.
I just, I'm just critiquing it. I'm critiquing it, constructive criticism, which, doesn't mean I'm hating on it. Doesn't mean it's toxic or I'm just whining. I'm an old fan. It's not my thing and blah, 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 blah. No, I'm, because of my love for this shit,
Well, I think that's the biggest problem with Star Wars fans in general. Everything is either the greatest thing ever or the worst thing ever. It's binary. It's ones and zeros. There is no middle ground for stuff. So if it's not the greatest, it's the worst.
It's like you can't critique something without, you're hating on it. You're toxic. You're whining. You're complaining. As no, I got bad love for this shit. So, I have opinions on it, and that's all I'm doing is expressing them. And it doesn't mean that I'm okay boomer and maybe Boba Fett was never that cool and blah 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 and all that bullshit that motherfuckers who don't care about it, who don't got love for Boba Fett, are wolfing all these days now. That's what we got, So
it was some things in the episode that I got excited for. Like I said, it was a Mando episode, but it wasn't just a Mando episode. They threw in little member berries and Easter egg stuff like that. Also, we got the whole Naboo fighter ship. All these prequel Easter eggs.
Yeah.
I was loving it. Beggar's Canyon, even though it was mentioned in the old series also, but still Beggar's Canyon was there. He went all through it. And caught me off guard. They got a Halo ring world in it. They were in Halo. Now, I understand that all these older nerds than me want to go, it's from the sci-fi, blah, blah, blah ring. I don't give a shit. It's Halo. That's what I give a shit about. It's Halo. Because if you look at Halo, you see in the background, there's the Halo ring world thing. So I don't care about where this shit came from in 1930, whatever. It's Halo. That's what they're referencing. But that's what Star Wars does. Star Wars rips off shit. That's what they always do. rip off Doom, rip off samurai movies, rip off Lord of the Rings. Now they're ripping off Halo. It's cool. That means they're in tune. If you're not ripping off shit, you ain't Star Wars.
Well, everybody rips off everything. Everything's inspired by everything.
Yeah, but Star Wars like specifically made for that. George Lucas was like, let me get all this shit I like, put in a blender, boom. Yeah. There's even some Doctor Who shit in in Star Wars because that's what it is.
They were, they were filmed on the same sound stages.
Yeah, so why not just save money? So all right, so guess we done with
sure.
Boba Fett. Yeah, let's move on. Sorry, everybody. Maybe the next episode will hit harder, but I'm gonna still give you this, Eli. Maybe this one. Yeah, because I know you want to talk about this. So
what was this?
I don't know. I know you want to talk about it, Peter Dinklage.
Oh shit! Who gives a shit? I don't care.
You don't care? Okay, cool. I know you want to give a big thing about it.
Okay. I thought it was kind of funny, but I don't care now.
Okay, cool. Let me move on to something. Let me talk about what I want to talk about. CW Flash. I'm gonna just briefly talk about this because I'm interested in this. Okay, so excuse me. For those who don't know, Grant Gustin, Barry Allen, the star of the Flash, stuff like that, has signed on for season 9. But they gave him multiple options, but he only decided to sign on for season 9. And they're gonna pay him $200,000 an episode. I misspelled that. Don't worry about that. We're gonna go past that. I'm gonna talk and do that at the same time. So my whole thing about this is that Eli, didn't they just say something about that CW was broke and they didn't have any money for like the last, since 2006? That was the last time they were profitable. So
I don't know.
We may or may not have talked about it in the show, but I read about that.
I heard there wasn't like HBO going to buy it or something. That's all I know.
They didn't say HBO. They said somebody. Oh, they don't even know who's going to buy it. They're just trying to sell it. So won't be HBO because actually HBO is trying to sell it because they're with the Warner Brothers trying to dump that shit off to somebody else. So my thing is this: if they're paying Grant Gustin $200,000 episode, which I'm trying to do the math, they say he's not going to be in the whole season, maybe like 15 episodes. That's over $1 million, right? Pretty sure it's over $1 million. So at this point, we might as well just confirm that the CW is just some kind of money laundering scheme to just, wash money because there's no way they should have this much money to pay this guy. So I don't know, Eli. It's weird. They're trying to, but I'm thinking it's gonna be the last season anyway. Once they get rid of this season 9, it's done anyway. So yeah. Want to move on?
Sure, because I haven't watched Flash in like 5 years. So
cool. Well, when this next season, when it's the last one, you got a chance to get caught up then. Well, now you know what? We move on to the Vidja Game section. Let's move on to the Vidja Game section, Eli. Yeah, because the Halo trailer dropped. I know we talked, man. That's the thing that got me excited more than anything else. Now, the Halo trailer got me excited because I knew it was coming, but I didn't know what it was going to look like. I was thinking like maybe it'll suck, maybe it'll be terrible. So when I saw the trailer, I was just like, okay, maybe it'll be good because it's going to be on Paramount Plus, and I don't have Paramount Plus. I got everything else, but I don't want to spend money on another service just for one show, But then it came out, and Eli, man, it was awesome. Everything I was expected to see, it was there. It was like Master Chief was there. The actual actress that played Cortana is playing Cortana. They got all the people in there that you expected to see. I was just like, shit, it was awesome. Then you even got Bokeem Woodbine in there. I don't know who he's playing. He might be playing Sergeant Johnson. Some people may know him as Evil Dave Chappelle or Dave Chappelle variant, whatever. But yeah, I'm excited for it. So cool. Move on. Yeah, can move on past that.
Sure.
Cool. All right. Guess what, Eli? We're now at the comic book section.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go first. I think you got more books than me, so I'm gonna let
Why do I got more books? You're the one who said you had a bunch of shit.
I'm not reading all that shit. I read that shit, and I'm like, I'm not reading Peacemaker, Peace for All. Fuck that.
Oh, that's right. I did read that.
Did you?
It was free. It was free on DC.
It was free on DC Universe. So I was like, yeah.
I did read it.
So yeah.
Well, should I review it real quick? Yeah, it was cool. 3 out of 5. Garth Ennis writing Peacemaker, basically political Punisher. Right up his alley.
Yeah, I've always said they pretty much always just make Captain America. If you make Captain America Punisher one guy, that's how they write Peacemaker. So yeah, same thing. Even though he didn't even show up as Peacemaker, he was just a dude. So it was basically like a Punisher. It was basically Punisher.
Yeah, going through his life. So,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. So
Garth Ennis does write like army shit or like military shit really well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could have made this a Punisher story and nobody would blink an eye.
Yeah. So yeah, it was fine.
All right.
Your turn.
Already? Okay. All right. So yeah, what do we got here? Damn, I wasn't ready for that. Hold on, let's see. what book should I do first? You know what? Let me do. What am I gonna do first? I'm not gonna do Punisher. I mean, not. I mean Peacemaker. Not, should I do Devil's? Let's do Devil's Reign. Let's just knock that shit out. Did you read this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, Punisher, Devil's Reign. Let's see. We're gonna go with that one. Just talk about it briefly. Basically, everybody's comparing the Civil War, Civil War 2.0 or 3.0, whatever. How many times they've done Civil War? Uh, so we just pick up with that one. And basically, what's going on with the book right now is that Kingpin is trying to find Purple Man's kids, Killsgrave's kids, because he realized that he wasn't the one that did it, that erased everybody's memory. It was his kids that did it. So yeah, let's just go past it. Oh yeah. Ben Riley got his ass beat. Doesn't really matter. He's not going to matter in a little while anyway. Two of the Fantastic Four break him out. They keep talking about Luke Cage. Oh, Luke Cage is running for office, and then somebody while he's doing his campaign speech, somebody brings up, well, aren't you a criminal also? And aren't you superpowers going to outlaw your stuff? So, so basically, Kingpin thing is working. He's turning people on Luke Cage. They're like he's going to win this easily, no matter how much sense Luke Cage is making. That's when Kingpin goes out and tries to look for his kids. Dr. Octopus has hacked into Mr. Fantastic's, otherworld variant shit, and he has recruited his own Fantastic Four team, or let's call them the Superior Four. You got Ghost Rider, Hulk, and Wolverine, but it's Dr. Octopus versions of them, Let's see what we got. Past that. Find his kids. Oh, they try to go to where try to go? They try to go somewhere. Anyway, they get attacked by the Superior Four. Get the ass kicked, and it wasn't just them. Somebody else shows up also. Oh yeah, then Dr. Octopus shows up, and he has his like drones he had from the Superior Spider-Man book. And Ghost Rider, yeah, he didn't stare Tony Stark. He was like, I can sense a sinner, and then he hits him. He's like, no, get away from me. So he penance stares him, takes him out. But it turns out it was not Tony Stark, it was the Chameleon. So yeah. So basically, Dr. Octopus implanted Tony Stark on their team to run for mayor, but it was really going to be the Chameleon. But when Luke Cage did it, he decided to not feel like doing that. So yeah. And then he sends in his drones he had from Superior. So Spider-Man run. They get their ass kicked, and oh yeah, this shit right here. Okay, so Foggy Nelson walks back in, see two dudes waiting on him, and they beat him with a crowbar, maybe to death. Who knows? Never talking again. So they may or may not have killed Foggy Nelson, I guess. So I guess I don't know. All right, yep.
We'll give it a rating.
3 out of 5. I'm kind of losing track on this Devil's Reign stuff. I was like, okay, maybe it's gaining steam. It's just like, nah, it's just more Civil War stuff. And plus, it's just setting up Chip Zdarsky's next Daredevil run he's got coming in June. So I'm not as into it as I thought I'd be. That's all.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, since we're doing Marvel, the only Marvel book I'm doing, well, I mean, besides the ones you're doing, is this Wolverine, the X of Wolverine, or X Deaths of Wolverine.
Yeah, I didn't do this one because they didn't give it to me free this time. So the last one was free on Marvel.
Yeah, well, you should have read this because this is right up your alley. Because this ain't about Wolverine. This is like,
I like Wolverine.
This is like the Mando episode. Hey, it's Wolverine. No,
I don't want to read about Moria McTaggart. I don't.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. It's basically
that's Moria McTaggart or Mando. I wouldn't put them in the same category. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. Oh, I came here for Wolverine, and there ain't no Wolverine.
I guess.
Like, but fuck me for expecting that, right? So,
I guess.
So yeah, this is Moria. It's the continuation of all the shit you guys like. That's the Krakoa shit. She's on the run. Mystique is after her. She can't. Oh, if she dies now, she's dead. She stays dead because she doesn't have her powers anymore.
They took her powers. Yeah, they hit her with the forge gun.
She's got cancer. This dude, what's this guy's name again? This drunk guy. He's getting drunk on Krakoa. Black Tom something Cassidy. Is his name?
Yeah, Black Tom Cassidy. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he's getting drunk on Krakoa. There's an earthquake, and an egg breaks open, one of those husks or whatever, and it's a Wolverine. It kills him. And Moria is being chased by Mystique. Jane Foster saves her at one point because she's at the hospital. And the fuck else is happening? Yeah. Moria's on the run, basically dyeing her hair. And then Professor X and what's her name? Ginger chick.
There's so many
Jean
ginger chicks
Grey.
on the.
Jean Grey.
Yeah, I'll say it. It's comics. There's so many ginger chicks.
Fucking X-Men. Why am I doing this book?
Hey, you selling me on it, so
they're like, they got Wolverine, and they got him in the time trance, But then they see there's another Wolverine running around. Like, who the fuck is that? If Wolverine's here, who the fuck is we got time traveling shit? What the fuck's going on? And it's a Wolverine with like that techno virus warlock shit on his claws.
Yeah. One of the evil Wolverines, or I basically show him on the cover.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a Wolverine variant or whatever, or a warlock Wolverine, or a famous
a warlock Wolverine, and that's where it ends. And it's like, this is just an X-Men book. It's like they're continuing the Inferno shit,
Except Hickman's not doing it. So
and like it's like so.
Yeah, you're right. It sounds like a Mando episode. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just He came for Wolverine, and you got Moria instead.
Yeah. So basically, you saying I should drop this book, basically.
Well, I just thought, it sounds like shit you guys would like. You would like, I was just here to watch, Wolverine go through time, killing, different versions of fucking, Omega Red, chasing Charles Xavier through time. That's what I thought I was reading. And this is like, damn, this is more of that, House of X shit that we that I stopped reading like a year or two ago.
Yeah. So, I was hoping you'd sell me on this. It didn't. So
well, yeah. I mean, if you gave a shit, I don't know. Well, yeah.
I kind of little bit gave a shit, but not really.
It's basically the continuation of Inferno, right? That's that last book we read. The
last good one, yeah. But like I said, Hickman's not here, so they kind of just doing whatever. It's
just a continuation of that shit,
Yeah. So all right. So we'll move on past that. Next one I'm going to do is Black Panther. Technically they say it's number 3, but it's technically 200. Mm-hmm. I guess 200 is a better way to sell it, than just saying it's Black Panther number 3. But I guess, it's whatever. Still finishing off from the last book where we were. So this one is, we're going to start from there. So basically, like the saying, we got those guys. They still haven't named who those guys are. They just keep saying the same shit. We will die for this, or we will kill. And you got Black Panther and his sidekick chick. I can't remember her name. Oh, she gets shot in the arm. And she's like, T'Challa, rescue me. So she does some shit where she does like a flip kick. And then, she kick him. And then T'Challa does his... Oh no, T'Challa flips it over to her, and then she's got like this bomb, and she evaporates it like that. So they kill everybody, even though Shuri told them specifically to bring at least one of them back. She doesn't. So anyway, T'Challa's just like, look, whatever we doing, they are on our ass the whole time. We have to do something. So what we need to do is we need to get off the grid. She's like, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go to Milwaukee? No, further than that. Idaho? No, further than that. Hawaii? No. We're gonna go to Mars. Like, what the hell's in Mars? I gotta go see somebody. Like, okay, so she just hops in the plane and they just go to Mars. Something. Wakanda shit. Oh, yeah. Shuri yells at T'Challa for not bringing anybody back, and where the hell you going to Mars? We got Wakanda shit to handle, basically. So they go to Wakanda, and when they get there, his sidekick chick is shocked that there's so much, grass and, actually vegetation in Mars. She's like, I thought Mars was like a dead planet. Like the mutants came over here and kind of renovated everything, and they run Mars now, so it's them. So let's go see the leader of Mars, who is Storm. So his ex-wife is there. So she's like, oh, that's why you're here. So you got Storm, you got Gambit, you got Gentle, who's a Wakandan, and you got Rogue, and basically they came here, Rogue and Gambit came here like, oh, because they don't like T'Challa, basically. They were like, you're gonna do some fuckery again, some bullshit, maybe divorce her again. And then Gentle all of a sudden has an issue with T'Challa. He's just like, you ran me out of Wakanda, even though I helped you out with that whole Killmonger thing. Everybody in Wakanda hates me because I'm a mutant and we got this war going on. And then he just grows big and just swings on T'Challa, knocks him out. So they get into like this big fight and shit like that. And Gentle's like a mutant who can basically get big and shit like that, even though he's Wakanda, he says he hate Wakandans. So Storm tells him, calm down, don't kill my ex-husband, go somewhere and relax, so they all leave, everybody looks at it weird, like, why the hell Gentle just flip out like that? His name is Gentle. He doesn't attack people like that, So basically T'Challa and Storm, T'Challa just tells Storm everything that's going on. I got sleepers all over the country. These assassins coming to kill him. So I got to hide out, basically. She's like, well, you can stay here as long as you want to. And a kiss, and she leaves. And when she leaves, Gentle shows up. And it turns out Gentle apologizes for the attack earlier. He was like, I'd never harmed you, my king. He was like, well, that's cool, Gentle, but I got to pull you out. So it turns out Gentle is one of the sleeper agents. That's why he came to Mars. He tell him the sleeper agent program is over with. You got to get out of here. He like, I can't leave. I got to stay here. He was like, well, that's cool, but the program's over. So, and that's it. Oh, but there's another thing. There's another thing that people are freaking out over this book because they introduced a new Wakandan hero. I'll just show you what it looks like. His name is Toshin, I guess. What are his powers? Yeah, we don't really know what his powers are. So he's got super speed and he's got vibranium tattoos, and he can basically do what T'Challa can do, but he don't need a suit to do it. He can just do it. I think that may or may not be his powers, but yeah, and he may or may not be a hero or may not be a villain. So yeah, that's the thing. The thing I'm tripping about, that like this book is not selling. People keep talking about what book is not selling, what book's not selling. This is like number 30th for this week. So, I don't know.
And the 200th
and nobody,
or,
right? Nobody
or
cared.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's a legacy issue, but I guess nobody cared, so it's like whatever. All right, so what you got next?
Superman 78.
Cool.
Last issue.
Well, yesterday, happy 92nd birthday to Gene Hackman. So.
Oh, that's right. That motherfucker's old.
Yeah, he's old as shit. Like still going.
So this is the last episode or last issue of Superman 78. It's basically the unofficial third movie of the Donnerverse, the Donner Superman movies. We have, Brainiac came down, basically trying to shrink Metropolis, got it float in the air, and then Superman goes up and kicks his ass, and then kicks his ass. So then fucks up Brainiac's power shit. So now the Metropolis is falling, like the city is falling from the sky, and Superman got to go fly down and pick it up and lay it down gently. And that's what happened. And then in the end, Superman saves the day, and that's it. Final episode. Final issue.
You're not gonna announce the other thing that happened in the book?
What happened in the book?
The Goonies?
Oh yeah. There was a little panel with the Goonies.
Yeah, a little Easter egg with the Goonies.
Yeah, the Goonies were in the book. But yeah, it was a fun book. Just a throwback to the old Donnerverse. It was fun. So yeah, 4 out of 5. It's done. It's cool.
Cool. All right. So yeah, next book I'm going to do is, and this was a weird one. I don't know why this was. Well, I know why. Mary Jane and Black Cat. Number 1. It was a one shot. It's just a one shot, and it's tied into that, not the Devil's Reign shit, but the Beyond shit or whatever. So yeah, basically what's going on with this one. Black Cat is going to see Peter. She hadn't seen him while he's been in the hospital, because he got fucked up by the UFOs, some Hulk villains. And when she walks in there, she sees Mary Jane and also Parker Robbins, aka the Hood. He's a Brian Michael Bendis Avengers bad guy that's supposed to have magic powers with his hood, but his hood got stolen. by Hawkeye, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, he's threatening both of them. He's threatening everybody in the room, saying, Black Cat, you're the best thief in the world. I want you to get my hood back. And if you don't, I'm going to shoot this dude in the hospital. He's there. He don't know who he is. He don't know Steve Parker, but he knows he's important to Black Cat. So he's like, I'm gonna shoot this guy, and I'm gonna shoot this somewhat successful actress, Mary Jane Watson, because Mary Jane is famous in this one. She was like, okay. But Black Cat's like, look, I could, but I need the girl. She's part of my crew. She needs to help me to get out of here. He's like, what? Yeah. If she don't come with me, I can't get the job done. She's like, okay, cool. She can go, but I still got this dude knocked out. If you don't come back by sundown, by sun up, I'm gonna shoot this guy, which give them like 8 hours to get the shit done. 8 hours to find this thing. So they leave. While they leave, Mary Jane's just like, okay, so where we going? She's like, you're not coming with me. I just said to get you out the room because Peter would be pissed if I left you in the room like that. She's like, no, you need my plan. I'm coming with you. She's like, okay, fine. You can come. So what they do is, first thing they do, they try to track down what's the last time the hood that he was looking for. And it was found by Count Nefaria, leader of the Mafia. He's basically doing it like a drive-in theater thing like that. Black Cat shows up. He's like, I need your help. You help Hawkeye take down the hood. I need you to help me too. Well, Hawkeye had $3 million. You got $3 million? I can have by the end of the week. Well, hit me back when you got it at the end of the week. So she realized it's not going. So right before she gets ready to do something she regrets, Mary Jane shows up. Turns out he's a big fan of Mary Jane and her movies because she was in a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio or somebody on that same level. So he tells her everything. So she was able to get through, and they sit down and talk. Basically find out all the information they need, and they just go through the underworld, just tearing up shit, just beating up dudes. Mary Jane is getting cool with some of them. Black Cat's beating up some of them. And then they realize where the hood is actually at. They got 2 more hours left, and they realize that it's in Tombstone's place. They were like, Tombstone, we can't get around it. We can't beat him up. He knows we're coming. So I don't know how we're going to get in it. The only way we can do it is just steal it. She was like, Mary Jane, like, I got a plan. So while Tombstone is getting ready, knowing they're coming, sharpening up his sword and stuff like that, scroll the building, breaks in, steals the bag that's got the hood, like the demon hood in it. Tombstone shows up ready to take everybody out. But she's like, but then he turns around and it's another Black Cat behind him that already got the bag. She's like, what the hell's going on? Of course, you know what's going on. Mary Jane was pretending to be Black Cat. That's how they would get the drop on him. So while he was looking at one Black Cat, the other Black Cat got it. That was it, And so, and it's like some kind of demon bag or whatever. So they go back to the hospital. They got 90 minutes
demon
left.
Bag.
Yeah, it's like a monster bag that ate the hood, So what they did is that they talked to the bag or something, and he was like, before I give it, I want
Gryffindor.
Right. So Black Cat and Mary Jane walk back into the hospital room, but Black Cat is wearing the hood. He was like, you can't wear that. That's mine. He's like, well, fine, you can have it. So she gives it back to him. But the thing is, it was a setup. It's really that monster bag, and the monster bag drags him to hell or whatever, because the bag got a taste of the hood. He wants a piece of the owner also. So he drags him to hell or whatever. And that's it. The hood is gone. That was it. So, and they still got the bag. The bag's just there.
Carol Ann.
Right. So they just like, and she like, I can't believe Peter slept through all that. She was like, oh yeah, well, we in Captain America put him through. Yeah, he's gonna sleep through that whole thing. So Peter wakes up and sees, Mary Jane and Black Cat both in, Black Cat outfits. You're like, oh, okay. Oh, it's that dream again. Be gentle. Just look at him and shit like that, So then I guess if they had their threesome, they go back up to the hospital, top of the hospital roof. And basically, Mary Jane and Black Cat are actually cool with each other now. And then Black Cat tells, some stuff. She like, yeah, I understand what I am. My Peter role to Peter is that I'm just the bad girl. I'm just the girl he has fun with until something better comes along. I'm just a distraction. But I was never really the perfect girl for him. It's hard measuring up to the good girl, and that's when Mary Jane laughs at her, saying like, yeah, you're funny. And she's like, what you laughing at? The reason I'm laughing at you because I was the original bad girl in Peter's life. I was the fun one. I was the dangerous one. I was the one that just partied all the time, and I had to measure up to the good girl who was Gwen Stacy. Matter of fact, I'm still measuring up to her because she was the perfect girl. And how you gonna measure up to a dead girl? So they basically meet on each other. They basically, they stick out the monster bag with them.
Who wrote this?
Jed McKay. Jed McKay wrote this. Yeah.
So
and everybody is kind of wanting him to be the new Spider-Man guy. Because right now they don't have a Spider-Man guy. They just got guys writing. So because Nick Spencer left. So yeah, like I said, I enjoyed this story. It was just a fun story. Just whatever. So all right. So what you got next?
Just the indie shit.
Okay.
The Cold Dead War #4.
Cool.
By Heavy Metal Comics. This was written by George C. Romero, who is George Romero's son, Night of the Living Dead director, the zombie movie director. Nice. And it's just it's basically based on the heavy metal segment. The movie Heavy Metal, there's the B-1 bomber segment about the World War II bomber that crashes on the island of zombies, these soldier zombies. And this book is just about this guy who's got a squad of zombie soldiers, and they go down to South America to take out a bunch of Nazis who've been hiding out down there and scheming, plotting to bomb the U.S. again. And this is the final issue where they, have the big fight, with the big giant super soldier Frankenstein monsters that Nazis are creating. The Nazis created these like Frankenstein super soldiers. So there's a battle with them. We go on the ship and, take out the ship that has all the nuclear bombs. And, there's beginning of the book, they were infiltrating this like gala to gain information. They kind of crammed it all. I think this book should have had at least one or two more, at least one more issue, because they kind of crammed everything into this last issue.
So it's done also?
Yeah, and this is only the issue 4. And the last issue came out like sometimes last year. It's been at least 6 months. It's been a while. I totally forgot about this book. Oh shit, I remember that book. And then I bought the new issue. It turns out it's the last one, and they just sort of rushed the ending. So kind of disappointed. I still think it's a cool idea. It's got cool art. Zombie soldiers fighting Nazi super soldier Frankensteins. Pretty cool, just a little rushed. 3 out of 5.
Cool. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna do another Spider-Man book. I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it now. Okay. Because this is also written by Jed Wells. I'm sorry, Jed McKay. Jed McKay wrote this. This is basically what was going on at the same time with the other book. So let me see. This one is what, Spider-Man 87, I think. So, and it's also a Beyond tie-in. So let's see what we got. Oh, it's frozen again. Get out of there. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So yeah. So basically, what this book is that Peter has woken out of his coma. He's out of his coma now. He's back. He's kind of back. But the thing is that he's not fully 100% back yet. So basically, you got Black Cat and Captain America. Black Cat recruits Captain America. Like, look, we need to get him back into shape. We need to get him up and running. And basically, look at all these. Yeah, basically, Black Cat's like, why are these people all staring at me? They never seen a beautiful woman eat wings before. They're like, never seen a beautiful woman eat that many wings before. And that's why everybody's staring at you. So basically, they go and get Peter ready, but they won't give him the Spider-Man costume. The reason he can't get the Spider-Man costume is because it's still under ownership from the Beyond Corporation. So he's not even allowed legally to wear the costume. So we go to Ben Reilly. I don't give a shit about Ben Reilly. We go back to Peter, and basically kind of like the old Amazing Bag Man they had like back in the Secret War thing, but he's just wearing a bag over his head, just swinging and shit. But he sucks at swinging. Like he can't catch Black Cat, even though Black Cat has no powers. So she's like, yeah, you suck. Something's right here. So you can't catch it when he falls. And basically it's like day 4. They're basically doing like a whole Rocky montage, Oh yeah. This panel right here. This is shit that came here. I never understood why Black Cat, all of her comics are so popular and sell so well. and I realized this is the reason.
You never knew that?
I didn't know that. This is the reason. This is the reason why. I like, oh yeah. So that's why it's number 5 on the top reading thing, and she was number 1 in 2002 or whatever like that. Anyway, back to the comic. She's like, you suck. You got to get better at being Spider-Man, and if you get better, then we'll give you your suit back. Some more Beyond shit. Don't care. Then we go back to Captain America, basically, training him. And he was like, do your best. You can't hurt me. The Fourth Reich couldn't hurt me. You can't hurt me. And Peter's trying to get him. And basically, he's like, you don't have to pull your punches. You can swing at me hard as you want to. You're like, no, I'm coming at you as hard as I can, Cap. This is as strong as I am right now. They're like, uh-oh, well, that's not good. So basically, Peter isn't as strong as he was. His strength is down. So now we can go back to the Beyond shit with Ben Reilly. And they basically did like a test on him right now. And they basically asked him, who's all your bad guys? He names all the bad guys, Hobgoblin, Rhino, blah, blah, stuff like that. Cool. We're going to put you back in the field because you know what they say about with great power. He was like, what? What do they say? What comes after with great power? So something is wrong if he don't know the end of with great power. So, and you got the Amazing Bagman back, and I'm trying to think what happens. I don't think anything happens after this. Oh, yeah. Mary Jane shows up after her Black Cat thing. She like, Black Cat told her to keep the outfit. And she meets somebody. I don't know who this is. To be continued, I guess. I don't know. So another redhead. Yeah, like I said, it's comics. So another ginger. She's somebody, but I don't know. So, like I said, just fun. But yeah, they probably need to put Jed McKay on these Spider-Man books just to get like a level, continuity with it. Right now, they're just kind of all over the place because just everybody and their mom is writing these books. So, yeah. But it'll probably be what? No, they got another guy, Zeb Wells. Zeb Wells is writing this shit in April with what's the dude? John Romita.
Oh, well, Zeb Wells was doing Hellions, right?
He was doing Hellions, but they canceled that, so now they put him on Spider-Man. And he's gonna be doing it with John Romita Jr. So yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the ass. So all right, so yeah, what you got?
Army of Darkness, 1979, the last issue, number 5, is it?
Cool. Let's see.
So this is just goofy Army of Darkness shit. Ash has been sucked into a time warp back to the 70s, New York, the Bronx, the street gangs, kind of like the Warriors. Basically, the Warriors meets Evil Dead. A street gang known as the Warlocks got their hand on the Necronomicon and been turning everybody into Deadites. Ash teams up with the rival street gangs. Spent this series uniting all the gangs, into one giant gang could run this city. Can you dig it? And yeah, this is the last issue. They have the final battle.
Yeah, it's a lot of last issues.
Yeah. There's there's a dude turns a bunch of people into Deadites. There's a big Deadite fight. We get to see Ash chopping heads off and blowing motherfuckers up with his boomstick, and but they don't kill the villains at the end. They just said, you're out of town, you got to leave, and they do. I'm like, that's kind of lame, goddamn teen rating. So, and that's about it. And then Ash goes back to his normal time. So it's all right. I got a little lackluster ending, little light on the gore for an Evil Dead series, but it was still a fun idea. So 3 out of 5.
I guess all these books are ending because technically January is like the last part of the quarter. So I guess they're starting new stuff for the new quarter because I don't know. It's just funny. Like every book you did, that's the last issue. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it's been a month or 2 since the last issue of this. So worker shortage, or I don't know, printing shortage. I don't know what's going on. But,
it's above our pay grade. Yeah. So let's see. So okay, I think I'm not doing any book. I got one more book. And I'm done. You booked that, aren't you?
I am.
Okay.
I even did that extra one, the fucking
Peacemaker. Yeah. we're not gonna count that one. It's free. Anybody want to read it, it's up there. But yeah, the last book I'm going to do is Static number 5. I actually really like this one. I really like this one. Even though I really wasn't digging Static up until this, I didn't want to admit that, but I'll go admit it now. wasn't digging it before then, but this book actually was digging. So let's just jump into it. I think this the second one before this book ends, because I think all the Milestone books are going to like issue 6, and then that's it.
Season 2 or whatever. Fuck.
Yeah, season. So this is going to be the end of season 1. You know, so basically how the book starts off, it picks up where the last book left off, where you got Francis, aka Firehead or Hot Boy, whatever his name is. Basically he like burns Static alive. So Static is just on fire right now. You know, you ain't shit. Stay your ass on the ground. That's what he's saying. But then Static stands up. You're like, well, I thought he was dead. So he stands up. Now, his sister in the last book, you know, gave him some candy bars that he use in an emergency if his energy gets depleted. So it'll build stuff up, you know, of course, but he's going to crash after a while. So he eats the candy bar, you know, and then he heals. You know, not does he heal? He goes Super Saiyan. So I didn't know that was a power Static even had. But yeah, so he goes Super Saiyan 2, stands up, fully healed. You're like, that's all you got? You hit me with your best fire? So yeah, so after that, Frank's like, okay, well, round 2, let's go. You know. And so inside, you got the Scooby Gang or whatever Static calls his guys. They rescuing everybody. Going back to the fight, Hot Streak is blasting them, got his hands on them. He was like, don't touch the coat. Oh, one more thing I got to show you. Notice he doesn't have his hat on. His Malcolm X hat is in the background on fire. So that's where the hat is. That's why his dress is just levitating like Captain Marvel and shit, you know.
Is that symbolism, the Malcolm X on fire hat?
I want to say no, because like I don't. Maybe this is gonna be his new look. Maybe that is gonna be a look. They trying to transition to what it was now. So
because it would have been the fire boy who burned it, right?
That is true. Yeah. So I guess you can say symbolism in that, but you know. But anyway, while Static goes in there, the building doesn't have any power, so he's like searching for power. He finds the generator, takes all the power from the generator that's out there, juices himself up just enough, and traps Hot Boy into all the cables in there and just traps him. So he's done. Fireboy's out of there. So he goes in there to try to freeze all the Bang Babies. Honestly, I think I'm just cut to the end. Yeah. It's some other bullshit that happens, but I don't really care. The ending is what matters. He frees all the Bang Babies. They got some shit that's on them, like some stuff that's taking away their powers. So he deactivates their power. I mean, he deactivates the thing.
Oh, he frees as in freedom.
Yeah, like I said, he's in a prison.
Not Mr. Freeze freezes.
Right.
I was like, he can freeze now? Okay.
Yeah, well, not freeze, but yeah, free. Like
freeze, not freeze.
You're free now. You are free now. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but here's the thing: he frees everybody. Well, liberates everybody.
Lets them go.
Lets them go. Yeah. But the thing
unchains them. Yes.
Right. But a couple of the Bang Babies, like, wait a minute, Static. I know you got plans. You're gonna burn this place down to the ground and get all the information, stuff like that. But here's the thing: the guys that put us in here, they paid us good money to make sure you don't leave. So, yeah. So about 6 Bang Babies in there were actually hired or placed there, planted there to stop Static from doing anything. So, yeah, that's the book. So it was a trap. The whole thing was a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I got. Like I said, out of all the Static books, that was my favorite Static book because it was just action. None of that talky symbolism. No, it was just fighting from beginning to end. That was it. Some other shit happened, talky in between. I didn't give a shit, didn't care. But it basically got to the point, you know. And it's building towards the 6th issue is going to be the last of season 1. So yeah, like I said, you booked out, I'm booked out. We had like a ton of topics, but we ran through them pretty fast, so that was cool. If you like this, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. We have other podcasts. We have this Geeks and Comics, and I think that's it. So yeah. If we have other ones, just take a look and look at it from there. Don't know what's happening next week. We'll kind of go from there. But anything else you got to add, Eli? Or?
I don't believe any. No.
Cool. All right. Well, until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.